All right, let's talk about options, more specifically puts. I'm going to break down exactly what that means because when I was learning all this stuff, I really wish there was a video that just broke it down, dumbed everything down to very simple terms, and that's what I'm going to try to do.
Why don't you explain this to me like I am an 8-year-old?
Options are different from stocks in that when you buy stock, you know you're buying a tiny piece of ownership of the company. Options, in its most basic essence, is just betting on if the stock price is going to go up or down. An option is the right to buy or sell a stock at a specific price by a specific date. With a put, if you're selling a put contract, you think the stock's going to go up. If you're buying one, you want the stock to go down. With options, there's just a contract. You're either buying or you're selling a contract.
Why don't you explain this to me like I'm 5?
So I know that might not make sense right now, but I'm going to give you some visual examples that will help it make sense to you. Okay, so say that this chip represents one share of your favorite company. Well, the first thing you need to understand about options, puts, and calls is the contracts, they deal in hundreds. So this is 100 shares of whatever company that you're going to be doing the contract for. I like this company. I want it to go up, or in other words, I'm bullish on it. And my wife here, she wants this stock to go down. So she is going to be buying, I'm going to be selling. So I'm originating this contract. Say the share price right now is $10. One chip is $10. I put in that if the price drops to $9 or below, I will buy 100 shares at $9 per share. So $9 would be my strike price. It's also really important to understand that these option contracts have expirations. So be it a week, a month, a year, eventually it will expire. And once it expires, the buyer, my wife in this instance, will no longer have the right to sell the shares at $9 per share. So the buyer likes my strike price, likes the expiration date, agrees to buy it, and pays me a nice little premium. The cool thing about options is no matter what happens to the stock price, I get to keep the premium. It's mine.
Woo!
Speaking of the stock price, one of three things are going to happen, right? It's either going to go up in price, it's going to stay the same, or it's going to go down in price. In the first two scenarios, it either stays the same or it rises in value, which means I'm above my strike price at 9. If it never drops below 9, then I'm not obligated to buy the 100 shares at $9 per share. This means that it would expire worthless, because why would she want the right to sell something at $9 when it's worth 10, 11, or 12. You've probably heard of the terms before, in the money or out of the money. In this case, the contract was out of the money, which is good for the seller. Now, on the other hand, what happens if the stock price dropped below 9? In that scenario, it would be in the money, and I would buy a bunch of stock at $9 per share when it's worth less than that. A lot of people say a good rule of thumb when selling puts is only do it to stocks that you are okay with having 100 shares of, because that way you take a temporary unrealized loss right now. You're hopeful that the stock price will go back up and you can sell them at a higher price. And remember, even though they were assigned to me, I still get to keep the premium. It's also important to note there are a number of ways to avoid assignment. Even if it drops down below your strike price, there are ways that you can get out of buying the shares, but that's for a different video. Okay, I hope that all made sense. If not, it's okay, because I have another analogy that really helped it click in my brain. It really helped me understand the concept better.
Okay, break it down in terms of, okay. I think I'm getting you.
think of yourself when you're selling a put contract. Think of yourself as an insurance agency, and think of the premium of whoever is buying the put contract. Think of the premium as their travel insurance. You're getting paid a premium by the buyer, and if nothing happens, if the trip is safe, then you stayed out of the money. You got paid the premium. They didn't have to use their travel insurance. It's all good. If the trip was unsafe, however, if something happened, if it's in the money, they're going to exercise their insurance. I hope that helps you. I'm going to start making more videos like this. If you want to subscribe, anything I learn, I'm going to try to break it down into simpler concepts. Also, you should follow In the Money on YouTube. He's been super helpful for me. He's such a good teacher, definitely a better teacher than I am. So give him a subscribe for sure. And that'll wrap it up for this video. Thanks for watching, and see you at the next one.